Signing onto application, this is the screen that you will see. If you focus your attention to the top part of the screen, you will see that there is a heading with the name Today on the top left-hand corner. If you tap on Today, it will open up your calendar where you can go to a specific day. You can choose a date that you would like to see on your screen, and tapping OK will then take away the calendar window. The next section of the screen I would like you to have a look at is the macronutrients. Macronutrients, if you can slide back and forth on the top part of the screen, you can see that there are a couple of options, and these options are not of too much importance other than these protein, net carbohydrates, and fat targets. If I bring your attention to protein, for instance, you will see that there is protein 0.0. This is the amount of protein recorded for that day. As you can see, 0 protein because we have not had anything recorded yet. And then there's a figure of 126.1, and this is one's personal target that's been set up on your personal profile. So with the net carbs, personal target, and fat, a personal target to the right-hand side of this forward slash here. Okay, so protein, what we've actually recorded versus our target. Carbs, what we've actually recorded versus our target. And fat, what we've actually recorded versus our target. And you'll see a percentage of target for the actual nutrients that were recorded. Okay, so now we want to have a look at the bottom of your screen, your application screen, and there you will see that you will have a couple of menu items. So the menu items are Discover, which if I tap on Discover, you will see the change of the screen and you can have a look at various options, but Discover is about statistics and reports. And if you're interested in statistics and reports, it's a good idea to go and have a look at Discover to see what you would like to see from a reporting perspective. To the right of this white plus in an orange circle is an apple, and it says Foods. We'll click on Foods, and then here are options, interesting options for us to actually enter personalized food options or make queries. So here we can, the one that I like the most, custom recipes. You can create a recipe, and then if I tap on create a recipe, you can follow this now where you can add your recipe. So you might have a soup or a stew or a salad or roasted mixed veg that you make regularly. Instead of having to input each and every ingredient separately every time you eat this, you can set up a recipe, custom recipe that you can use over and over again. So I'm tapping in the top left-hand corner to go out of the screen, and then we go back to the main menu, which is on the bottom of your application screen, and to the right of the menu is More. We tap on that, and if you tap on that, you'll see that this is where all your settings are. Have a look at these settings. These settings have been set up and pre-populated for you, so don't change anything. Here under targets, I'm going to click on targets. We're going to go there, and you will see that weight goal is in here, and you can tap on weight goal, and there is your weight goal. This weight goal has been worked out for you specifically, and that represents your healthy weight. In other words, according to the BMI scale, where you will no longer be overweight but in a healthy weight range. That's the top limit of your healthy weight range. So keep that there, because that is something to aim for if you are not already at this level. So going back, top left-hand corner, top left again, and I am back at the main screen for this more option. So now I want to add foods. So I go to this plus, I tap on the plus button, and you'll see there are more menu items. And the one that I use is add food and add biometric. On add food, I tap on that. And then the option to search for the database opens up. So the example I always use is cottage pie. So for cottage pie is a good example because you'll see branded options for cottage pie. And if I input cottage pie by entering into the search field, you'll see that there are various options for cottage pie: Corn, Aldi, M&S, Tesco, W&W, Woolworths cottage pie. Don't ever use a branded food item or recipe because we don't know which ingredients are in there. Rather, record the ingredients. So let's say we've had cottage pie, but now we are going to record the ingredients. The cottage pie mince. There we have an option for a beef lean mince. This particular lean mince I know, so I know this is a good quality lean mince. And I will tap on Woolworths beef lean mince. You will see, just as a side note, on the top next to the description of the ingredient that you're putting in, there is a yellow star in solid yellow. If I tap on the solid yellow, it'll change to only the outline, and I will tap on it again and it will become a solid color again. So when it's solid like this, it's added to your favorites, your list of favorite foods. So if you are going to eat lean mince regularly, tap this into your favorite lists, and it will be more readily available for you when you search it again. So let's say we had grams. We're going to say we had a certain amount of grams of mince. In this case, I'm going to go with 200 grams. I'm going to tap on the amount and I'm going to enter 200. And I'm going to move down to grams as my serving size. I'm just going to tap on that to see what options come up for me. There we go. And I'm going to say, yeah, gram is the serving size I'm going to choose. So that's 200 grams. And then I'm going to go down here in group and I'm going to say I had that for lunch. Tap on lunch and then I add to diary. Tap on diary. And there we go, add to diary, and there's your Woolworths lean beef mince. If I look at up top here, you'll see now that protein, carbs, and fats have now moved from 0 to protein 37, carbs 1, and fat 20. And you'll see on the right-hand side there is a percentage, and that is the percentage of your target, your upper limit of your macronutrient. Now, we want to add the second ingredient for our cottage pie, and that is mashed potatoes. So I'm going to tap on the plus again, open up this option and go add food, and I'm going to look for mashed potatoes. So in the top field, search all foods, I'm tapping and then I'm going mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. There's an option for mashed potatoes that I'm going to choose. I'm going to tap on that option and this opens up. You'll see again, I've got this marked as a favorite. And now I'm going to decide how much mashed potatoes I had. And there I'm going to choose rather serving size option of a cup because it's easier to guesstimate the amount. So there are different options, tablespoon, teaspoon, and so forth, grams, but I'm rather going to use a cup instead because using a volume measurement is easier for plant material like potatoes, salads, vegetables and these type of things. Okay, so I'm going to choose a cup, and I'm going to say that I had 1.5 cups. You can also use decimals in the amounts. 1.5 cups, and this is for lunch, and I'm going to add this to diary. Tap add to diary, and you will see there are the mashed potatoes added. Now we go back to the macronutrients, and we see that there are again a change to the macronutrients, and these macronutrients have now moved up. Specifically look at carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are up quite a lot with the mashed potatoes, and you'll see that there's a change. Okay, remember to always put the ingredients of your meal into Cronometer, never a complete meal as described in Cronometer. Always break it down into the ingredients and add the ingredients individually into Cronometer. Now what I want you to do is to also be able to see what added to your macronutrient total. We're able to do that. Let's take carbohydrates for instance. You tap on this blue line, the screen opens up, and you go to top net carbs sources. Tap on that, you scroll down, and you can see your top sources of carbohydrates. There's the list of all the ingredients that added to your carbohydrate total. So when you do start with a program and you want to know which ingredients you need to look out for and are high in carbohydrates, that's how you do it. I'll just do it again. So I go top left to go out of the screen, and I go top left again, and I'm back at the main diary screen. So I tap on the blue line, and I tap on top net carb sources, and I scroll up, and I see your top sources of carbohydrates. There it is. Okay. Now, on a weekly basis, you'd like to monitor how you are progressing, and we do that by adding or recording our kilograms, our weight, and our waist circumference. Now, where do we do that? Once again, you go to the plus. We're going to add something to the database. Plus in the bottom middle opens up our menu, and you go to the purple heart there, add biometric. Tap on that, and then you're going to go weight. It'll bring up the option for weight. Tap on weight, and you add your weight in the box that is allocated for the value. The same for your waist circumference. You go waist size, you search for waist, waist comes up, waist size, you tap on waist size, and you can add the value of your waist size in there. Let's say it's 100 centimeters. I'm going to tap on the where it says lunch under group, and there I'm going to tap on measurements and tap on add to diary, and now you'll see that under measurements the waist size has been added. And that's how we work with Cronometer. Play around, find your rhythm and your routine, and on a continuous basis add your food items or your ingredients into Cronometer. Always use the ingredients, and always find where the carbs are coming from by tapping on the blue line or the green or the red line if you want to see what contributes to your protein or your fat totals.